Yeah, it's moving out this morning. It'll move back in here later on today. The flash flood warning that we had in Knox County is now expired. That's good news. There is a flash flood watch for that entire area, though, later on, because we're expecting more rain, possibly some heavy rain and some storms as we get into the late part of the day today and into tonight and maybe even early tomorrow. So everyone from the north, as you go from Marion and Morrow and Knox counties up through Holmes County, Ashland, Richland, Wyandotte, Crawford, and up into Hancock County, all under a flash flood watch all the way through this evening. Meanwhile, the radar's pretty quiet until you go north. Some thunderstorms up here from Toledo to just along the lake shore up by Sandusky. Some lighter showers up here in northeast Ohio. These are the remnants of what went through in the overnight and brought that heavy rain to Knox and Holmes counties. Meanwhile, back to the west, a little bit here in eastern Indiana, but more back to the west. That's ahead of a cold front that's eventually going to slide to the east, and that's when the rain and the storms will pick up for later on today. Right now, not expecting any widespread severe weather, but the flood threat very real because we've seen a bunch of heavy rain already. Meanwhile, we've had some lighter showers go through Delaware County into Marion and Morrow this morning. That's all very light. Much heavier rain back to the west, and that continues to drift to the northeast this morning. Bottom line, another very muggy day, so the air is ripe. So a couple of pop-ups could happen early before that line moves in later on today. So be aware of that. Showers and storms likely as we go through the afternoon and evening and into tomorrow morning. Local flooding a possibility. So could have a little bit of an impact for the evening drive, but very likely to have an impact for tomorrow morning's commute. Could have some flood warnings by then, especially off to the north. Looking at things this morning, rather sultry again. 72 degrees with a humidity of 84%. Just a light southeast wind to start the day. Around us, low 70s for the most part. Westerville and Grove City are both at 69. Everybody else is 70 plus. Same story as you move out into central Ohio with Mount Vernon now at 68, 68 at Delaware, 69 at Marysville, and 69 at Grove City. Everyone else in the 70s. 72 here in Columbus around the state. Well, that matches Dayton as the warm spot. 68 degrees at Findlay, also at Mansfield and Toledo this morning, and Marietta. 70 over at Zanesville, and then a 70 down at Portsmouth, too. Temperature trend, you know what? We started last week. We had a whole couple of days in the 90s, fell back into the 80s. 84 is our average high. We were actually average for a couple of days there. One day we dipped below down to 78. Last two we've been on our way up again. Today should bring us a little closer to normal again. 81 at noon, mid-80s this afternoon with a chance for showers and storms mainly late. Pollen levels, again, continue to be good news. They are down with grasses and dock, the major issues. So here's all that moisture that's got to work its way through before we see some cooler, drier air settle in. This is a new model, but it paints the same kind of scenario. Just hints of moisture through noon. Better chances we head toward evening that we'll have some wet roads to contend with, and then a gap. Then the cold front begins to come in late evening. It gets heavier off to the north, continues through the early morning hours, and then watch the way it just holds on to this. So this model doing exactly the same thing, keeps the showers and storms around through the morning hours, and that could easily slow things down for your Wednesday morning commute. Next couple of days, a little cooler. The chance for showers is mainly in the morning tomorrow. Then we're in the low 80s. By the time we hit Thursday, we've got sunshine and 81. That looks like a very nice day. Friday, about 85. And then it gets a little unsettled in the weekend with several chances for showers and storms.